All right, so we are just leaving my apartment, headed to Central Park. We're going to an area called East Meadow. Sometimes I like to go to the more populated area like Sheep's Meadow, but today I wanted to try to control the environment a little bit. And when I was going for a run yesterday, I noticed that East Meadow is a little less populated. So part of the motivation of doing this is because I'm meeting up with Lexie Brito, and she's based in Jersey, but she comes into the city every once in a while. And when I get an opportunity to meet up with someone like her, I figured why not get some movement in together out in nature. She is a regional leader for Animal Flow, but she's also a kettlebell queen. She does a lot of great content, and so I figured maybe we work out together for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do a bit of an interview with her just to talk about her background and some of her visions. I know she's just recently launched her own platform. I'm sure she'll talk about that a little bit, but then also, like, this is one of my motivations for getting out into the community and building community, and it's by working with people like Lexi. So this should be a fun one. Get a chance to see us take our shoes and socks off, move. She's gonna challenge me, of course I'm gonna challenge her, and maybe you'll learn something from this, hopefully. But yeah, it feels good to be in the car going down there because it's hot out there. So I'm already sweating. I just did some content with Darren behind the camera right now. We filmed a short but longer segment around molecular hydrogen and the benefits of that. So I showed how I use my cold plunge, or maybe we should start calling it a cool plunge, because when I'm doing the molecular hydrogen in the tub and while I'm also inhaling it, I don't want the water to be so cold that I can't stay in it for long. So I showed a bit of that. Then I talked about rucking. It's kind of a love-hate relationship because it's very, very intense. That is basically heavy backpacking, or wearing a weight vest, just adding more load to the body so that the body can become more resilient to stress. And it's what the military uses to train all the military people. For those that are enlisted in the military, rucking is one of the standard practices of training because it's what makes us tough. So if you can add load to the body, whether it's 20%, 25%, or just adding a little bit more load to the body, eventually makes you stronger. And so I'm always on a quest to optimize my movement, my performance, and one of those ways is with rucking. So sometimes you'll find me like this little area is what I did yesterday, or maybe it was the other day. I actually had my electrical muscle stimulation bodysuit on with rucking. So I was being stimulated in cardio mode with the EMS device, but then I had the weight of the backpack on top, which added another strength element. And then I went up through this little area here at Marcus Garvey Park, which is right behind me, and that was pretty brutal. It was definitely different than being in my stairwell. The benefits of being outdoors is that I get the opportunity to get the energy from the sun, to get slightly better air quality. I know it's not the best air quality here in New York City, but I'm around nature and around trees, and so I'd rather do that than to be stuck in a stairwell, to be honest, But we just did some of that content, which is why I'm a little bit sweaty. But now we're about to go and enjoy some time out in the grass. We're gonna get a chance to take our shoes and socks off and feel the earth, get some of that grounding element, grounding and earthing. I've talked at length about that before, and maybe we'll touch on that a little bit here. But I get excited to get outside and move, especially when I get a chance to do it with someone. So that's that community element. Love it. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. So here we go.
Welcome to Simply Walk the Talk. Our bodies and minds adapt to what we do most of the time. If you want to change your body and mind, you must change what it is you do most of the time. This podcast explores all things health, wellness, fitness, lifestyle, and biohacking. Stay tuned as we explore various thoughts, methods, and experiences from a multitude of conversations between our interesting guests and experts through many fields of work. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Simply walk the simply walk the talk.
Good, you too. So this is Lexi. This is who I was talking about. I did a little bit of an intro in the car ride on the way down with my, I shouldn't say limited knowledge of you, but with my knowledge of you. But we'll do some work and then we'll find a spot to sit, whether it's on a bench or somewhere against a tree, and we'll do an interview, yeah?
Okay, so we always start with wrist mobility. Hands together. We're just gonna roll one wrist over the other and just guide it. Rule number 1 is never skip your wrist mobs. So we start here. If you don't do animal flow a lot, and you don't do a lot of you do. You're very well-rounded, but for most people or general population who are not doing handstands or animal flow and just working in quadrupedal positions,
Yeah.
they are going to feel it in their wrists a whole lot. Let's wave it out, create some waves. You can get some movement in with it.
Ooh.
Just get creative. Last one, we're gonna go magnetic bracelets. Your wrists are bracelets, they're best friends, they never leave each other. We stay all the way through, wrap it around, keep them connected all the way in. Move around.
Why is it that I always make my own sound effects?
I do too, it's fine.
I'm like,
It just feels natural.
It does.
When I do this, I feel like an airbender, like Avatar.
You are an airbender. We are.
Like we should be shooting wind out of our hands. Exactly. Animal flow, we'll start with the ABCs.
Okay.
A is ape, which is just your deep squat. So we're just gonna sink down nice and low.
Yeah.
Welcome to ape. We'll do ape reach, which is squeezing yourself into a ball, back of the hands touch, and there you go, squeeze your knees in towards your triceps. Then we open, you're going to come up to your toes, press on the gas, arms go out nice and wide, and you're reaching out to the sides. Really active. And let's go back down, ape reach. Open. Set ape, just sink it back down. That's your ape.
Hey.
Bees beast. Hands and knees, down on the ground, knees hover off. This is your beast position. We can get in and out of any animal flow move by doing an under switch. So we're gonna lift your right toe off the ground, lift your left hand off the ground. Good, now bring your right leg under your body, and we're gonna set crab. And that's your C, your crab. That's it. So if I say right leg under switch, lift your right leg off the ground and come back the way you came. Left leg under switch, lift your left leg. Yeah, left leg under switch. And rest. That is just a little intro. That's your ABCs.
I like that.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you break that down very well. It's very cool.
Thank you. I would hope so. I've been doing it for a while.
You've been doing it for a while. It's good.
Those are the basics of animal flow. And then we can put a little chunk together and take it up a notch. I'll show you a couple of transitions.
Let's chunk it up.
We're chunking it up. All right. So first, I'll show you a couple different moves and then we'll piece them together. The first one, we start in beast. We'll go side kick through. One leg comes under. We pull this arm back. And then we go left leg under switch, puts you back in beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch. Right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch. Left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch. Right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch. And from here, we set loaded beasts. Hink your hips back, arms reach up. Nice. We're gonna wave on loads, so find a peak position, heels are high off the ground. Round your spine forward until you can't no more and let those hips drop. Eyes to the sky, shoulders back. Tuck your chin, return to loaded beast, round it up, back to that peak, all the way down. Rest.
What's cool about this is we are in nature. This is a cool spot. We're in Central Park, New York City. This is really cool, right? We've got this, we just discovered this, right? We got this nice pit, this sand pit. I like to call a lot of what we do as coaches, I like to call it playing with movement. And this is pretty spot on in terms of like an adult-sized playground, right? Sand
Absolutely.
pit, play pit.
It is an adult sand pit.
Yeah. So we'll show some different things like here on the sand pit, maybe some stuff in the grass, maybe some other movements, but this is really good for those of you that are not familiar with animal flow. Lexi is a really good resource. She's a great resource for me as well, and many others. We have mutual friends in Larry and Tia. It's really nice to see them move the way they move. And I think people mistake it for being something that just looks cool. There's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of, like, I guess, takeaways with doing so, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Animal Flow has an entire MMA program built out. So there's so much crossover with other sports. And if you really look into Animal Flow, they have created, it's a 12-minute video if you really want to take the time to watch it, but they tell you how it was born, essentially. And Mike Fitch himself will tell you, he did not like create all of these movements. They are pieces of dance. They are break dance. It is yoga. It is capoeira. It is all of these things that already existed.
Yeah.
And we just created structure around it and then got really creative and had some fun with it.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Fitch. I got a chance to do one of his, it wasn't an animal flow class, but it was like a strength-based class.
Yeah.
Forget what he calls it, but it was an early morning workout in Denver.
I took one of those too.
Yeah, but it was really good. You know, to be honest, at first I was like, I don't know if I want to go because it was early. I had to travel later that day. And I was like, you know what? Once I got there, being amongst him and the other instructors, it was just like, this is exactly what I needed, you know? So anyway, I'm happy you broke that down the way you did. And so for those that are curious to learn more and how you can pair that into an actual flow that means something to you, then, you know, hit her up or hit me up and I'd be happy to show some more. So, yeah.
Sure.
What else should we do?
You want to flow some more?
Let's flow some more.
Cool. All right, so you know your side kick through.
Yep.
You know your under switches.
Yep.
You know your wave unload.
Uh-huh.
Let's do something with it.
All right.
All right. Set these. Let's go right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch. Set loaded beast. Wave unload, find your peak, roll it out. Return to loaded beast, start with the chin. Good, roll back to the top. When you get to the top, sink it down. Good, set beast, just walk your feet up. Let's go left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. I'm gonna show you a crab reach. Bring your left hand in front of your face. Drive your hips up like a hip thrust all the way, and then frame your head, look over at your base hand. Bring it back the way you came. Bring that arm back first, and then drop the hips. Set your crab. Rest. There's a little flow.
I like it. And you know what's cool is, like, I've done animal flow, and so I'm not new to this, but I like the way you cue it, the way you teach it. Obviously, you're very good at this, but it enables a person to actually to move through a flow without having to watch.
Yeah.
Right? Especially once you know what the base movements are, and then just having you to my side, calling things out. It's kind of what I hope to gain when doing like a yoga class.
Absolutely.
But if you're not used to doing yoga, then when they say downward facing dog into upward facing dog and doing all these things, if you don't know what it is, you're looking around, and then that automatically encourages certain people to judge their own movement based on someone else doing it better.
Yes. And I will say with you, I felt comfortable doing that specifically because I know you're aware of your body.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the same body awareness, but
Right.
this is your life. You're into movement. It's what you do.
That's
So
right.
I know you got it.
Yeah.
Now, if I was in a class with a bunch of beginners, I wouldn't have done that.
All right.
Or I would just use like verbal cueing and visual cueing. There's so many different styles, internal, external cues to make things make sense.
Yeah.
So definitely you have to know your audience, you have to know your class and who's with you, and see where you can bring it.
Now, what's interesting, obviously I'm gonna throw this in there because I talk a lot about foot awareness and foot health.
Yes.
And it's one of the things that I notice with doing my class, that first class I did with Mike Fitch, he's very much about opening up the feet.
100%.
And you see most anybody doing animal flow, they either are barefoot, completely barefoot, no shoes and socks, or they're very much into the barefoot footwear.
Yes.
I know we're both fans of Vivo Barefoot, that's what we use, but what you'll notice is that we're out here with no shoes and no socks, so we're not only allowing our foot to completely be free, but we're getting that grounding aspect as well, the grounding and earthing aspect, which I think is super important.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you talk much about that, but I know that it's super important, and it just feels good, right? Like to be in the sand in the middle of these tall buildings, it feels like a juxtaposition that I love, you know?
Yes.
And then putting your feet in the grass, it's just like it brings me back to being a kid again.
It does. And I mean, this is kind of how we're supposed to be. I've been teaching everyone that I work with, that your feet are the root. So if you want to look at your knees, your hips, your shoulders, anything else that's feeling wonky, I'm not looking at the hip if you tell me that's what hurts. I'm looking at your feet first. And we're starting from the root, we're starting from the bottom. It's what holds you up all day. It's how we're able to stand is through our feet and through grounding. So that's how I look at it. And I think other people understand that. And then we're able to maximize on, okay, what can we improve here? And how we do it with Animal Flow, it's meant to be done barefoot, entirely barefoot. And sometimes you're in situations or places, I don't know, like the city, if you're not in Central Park and you don't have access to sand or grass, then you probably want to be wearing something on your feet for protection. And that's when the Vivos come in, and we put on that barefoot minimalistic shoe because it allows you, and the way the shoe is designed, it actually allows you to move freely and use your feet. Because in Animal Flow, you'll see that we use the edges of our feet. We're not flat-footed, we're not like this the whole time. We're using every aspect.
Yeah. And
the Vivos allow us to do that, whereas other shoes are just gonna be completely restricting of what Animal Flow movement is meant to be.
Well said. That feels like a commercial. I mean, but no, it's really good that you can talk about it in that way, because anyone who knows me knows I've been talking about this for way too long. But is it too long?
It's not too long. I wouldn't say it's too long.
Yeah.
It's what you're passionate about, and it's something people need to hear.
Yeah, I just really appreciate hearing it from your perspective with your experience. It just validates what I've been thinking and what I've been saying for such a long time. So thank you for providing that.
Of course.
That's really cool. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to maybe take you through some of the things that I do that's very much within this realm.
Okay.
Right? So since we've already been in the sand, playing in the sandbox, let's move to the grass, yeah?
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we can actually take advantage of this slope, this downward slope. So let's come over this way. One of the things, are you familiar with MoveNat?
I've heard of MoveNat. I'm not entirely familiar with it.
Okay. What I like about MoveNat is that it sort of blends elements of like Animal Flow and some of these other ground-based movements. It puts it into a way that actually I think really provides actionable reasons for doing it.
Okay.
Right? So not that some of these other ones don't do that, but for instance, if you've got a downward slope like we have here, this is a very slight downward slope, but imagine if this was really steep down and you wanted to safely get down without running down it, right? Because if you run down it and it's too steep, you might fall and tumble. Falling is a good thing I think we should all learn how to do,
You
right?
need to learn how to fall,
Right?
yes.
But if you've got like very precious cargo, like a baby or food for the village or whatever, then you want to maintain and protect that while getting down safely. So this is one of the ways to do that. So it's basically, you called it crab,
Yes.
right? The crab position, the C of the ABC. What we would do is get into a crab position. So it would be here. So we're lowering our center of mass to the ground so that we're more stable. So we're up nice and tall. And then what we're gonna do is just move opposites. It's contralateral movement. So it'd be right foot, left hand, left foot, right hand, and we just make our way down the heel safely. We can have our precious cargo in our lap, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important to keep the chest up. And so we're moving down. Hey guys.
Hi.
And so we're just moving through. And what's important about this is keeping your fingers nice and spread out, and also your toes nice and spread out, right? And so we're moving down. And then from here, we would just transition into, what was this?
Ape.
Ape. We transition to ape. Now, rather than just transitioning to ape and standing here, like we want to do something with our load, we want to do something with our body. So now we would go into what
beast.
we would, to beast, as in the animal flow vernacular,
Yes.
right? And this, I just call this a base position, all right? Or hand-foot position. And so from here, now that we're in slightly level ground, now we can continue moving in this contralateral pattern. So it'd be just like this. So you can change the speed. If you want to creep, we go nice and slow. If you want to go fast, you can challenge.
Racing.
Like
I don't
that.
want to race you. It's okay. I think you'd beat me.
And then we come back into our resting position and stand, right? So this is a really good practical way to go from a steep slope into, a forward moving pattern very safely, all right? So that's kind of one of the things I like to teach is this ground-based movement, but actually going somewhere with it instead of just in this, in your own little space, which is perfectly fine too, to understand the basis of movement. But now we move that. So here's what I want to try now. I want to pick up the speed a little bit, which is a monkey crawl.
Okay.
We can take advantage of this, this downward slope, but we're gonna go, now instead of contralateral movements, we're gonna go hands and feet. So it's like a gallop, like an animal.
Jump?
So it's here. So I always make sure that you're having a perfect square between hand to hand, knee to knee, and hand to knee, perfect square. And then from here, we're just going to hop our feet into that nice deep squat. We drag our hands forward and repeat.
I like the hand drag. It really adds an aesthetic to it.
Yeah, good.
Awesome.
So that one's nice because in order to be able to do that, you obviously need to be able to have a good ape or base squat, ape squat, just to show the importance of having open hips. But then we also need to have functional open hips,
Of course.
right? Which is what's important for that. So let's do that one again, and maybe we try to pick up the speed in it a little bit.
That last one wasn't fast.
Okay, ready?
Let's see it.
And here we go.
That was fun.
Yeah. So this is the other thing I like too, is like we get a chance to smile and to laugh and be kids again.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So good. Okay, so that's that. Let's now do one other one because we obviously don't want to spend all of our time moving in a linear fashion.
Yes.
So now we'll move more laterally, and then we'll add a rotational component as well. So from here, we can do it from the ape or base position, which is moving contralaterally to the side. Other way. Good. Now we do that standing. So I want to lower my center of mass, reach my right hand outside my left foot. It's going to go hand, hand, foot, foot, okay? So I'm going to move a little way away from you. The goal is to get low, hand down, and then go into a quick handstand, foot, foot. Yep. Hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, foot, foot. Other direction. Left hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, foot, foot.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then the rotational component would be, we're in this ape or base position, and then we're moving around in a circle. So you want to try to find a spot on the ground in which your belly button always hovers above.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Now the other direction.
Feel like a clock.
Yeah. There we are.
Woo.
I definitely hear it and see it from my perspective as a trainer. A lot of people are like, yeah, but like I don't have a kettlebell, or I don't have a dumbbell, or I don't have a gym, or whatever. But we can easily teach strength in a multitude of ways. Like you were
Yeah.
just explaining how even with animal flow, there's different variations, right? Why
Yes.
don't you touch on that? But then in this experience, if someone wanted to do something completely different out of what we just did,
Okay.
like let's see what that would look like.
Cool. All right, so if you have access to zero equipment, animal flow is always an option because you can just drill a skill rather than having to do the flow, which I think is so beneficial, and I see so much progress with the people that I work with doing that all the time. But there's also tons of other things outside of animal flow that you can do just body weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might require just trickier positions or higher reps to get some kind of endurance out of it, or those trickier positions to get more strength out of it.
Well said.
Yes.
Well said.
So some isometrics, they're tough, they're challenging, but they are really effective, or power and explosives. So we'll start with some of that. We're gonna do a reverse lunge, take it back, and then we're gonna pop it up on one leg and then take it back to your lunge. There you go. Find that cadence. 3, 4, 5. Rest and switch at the top. Good, let's do the same thing on the other side. Pop. Another one we can do. Yeah, a lot of glutes and a lot of quads.
A lot of quads.
A lot of
yeah.
quads. Gate swings, I call them gate swings, you call them whatever you want. You just tap in, squat out, tap in, squat out.
Okay.
It's a great way to prep the central nervous system before you get into high energy exercises. We'll start here, bounce, and then go. Pop. Good. No weights necessary. Still super effective. Let's get a little upper body in. We killed the legs a
Yeah,
little bit. We'll
let's
do
do
some
it.
upper body.
All right.
So let's start in your push-up position or a plank. We're gonna go down, up, tap, tap.
Left, right.
Left, right, down, up, lift, right. There you go. So as you tap, your hips might want to rock and rotate. It is your job to engage so much so that your hips stay still. And if your push-up doesn't get all the way to the ground, you can also only go as low as you can control, even if it looks like that. That's it.
Lexi is taking me through a few things, and I take her through some things. She just took me through a few things. Now, I'm gonna take her through a few things. So, we're gonna introduce one of my favorite tools, which is rope flow. And to the average person, it just looks like a rope. And actually it is.
It is.
I mean, it's just a rope.
exactly what it is.
But it's what you do with this rope, which makes it effective or not effective. And so, of course, we could do basic jump rope. We can show that.
Sure.
Let's show basic jump rope. And we have this added resistance with the grass, which is kind of cool. Makes it a little bit more challenging, okay? So let's do 20 jumps.
Cool.
Ready?
Yep.
It's that grass.
Reset.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
And go.
Go. I don't know if you can call it the grass
1,
anymore.
2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
I don't know what number I'm on, so I'm gonna stop when you stop.
4, 5, 6,
4.
7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I just had to redeem myself from
Yes,
messing it
yes.
up twice. Third time's a charm. Okay, so yes, you can jump rope or flow rope, okay? But we're now gonna go into a flow. Similar to what you provided with the animal flow, I'll give some basics.
Cool.
Some of the basics with rope flow. So notice I have a couple knots. She has a couple knots. That's simply to get this at a desirable height. I'm 6 foot. This is right up to my sternum with the knots in.
I'm
And-
5'2".
and we got hers set to about the same distance. So
A
this
little
looks really good for me, looks good for her. And so one of the first things I like to do is to get into a single hand forward roll. So we're just rolling the rope, trying to allow the wrist to act as the swivel, the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder to act as a swivel. And one of the cool things about jumping rope with this kind of rope is that your body becomes a swivel and not the swivel that is a part of the conventional rope. Now let's change directions. So this will be an underhand roll, just like this. Try to keep your body flat to the camera. There we go.
Everybody
And
wants to go that way.
really working through that wrist. Good, let's switch hands. Forward roll with the left. So notice I'm just like really rolling around the handles, the rope. Yep, reverse it, underhand roll. Yeah, good. Okay, good. Now, same thing with both hands. So I try not to ever allow my hands to cross over. I always want to keep it here. Despite the rope sometimes wants to curl around itself, that's okay. We're gonna do the same thing, but a forward roll on the right side. Forward roll, right side, hands are at the same level. Don't get too concerned about what's happening with the rope. So try to get your hands on the same level, so just like this.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, so stay like behind each other almost?
Yeah.
Like that.
There you go.
Okay, I got it.
There we go, she's got it. Good, now let's go underhand. So now we're sending the grass to Darren, to the camera. Yeah, just like that. Good, now let's change sides. Overhand roll, which means we're sending the grass back. Okay, underhand roll, sending the grass forward.
That's actually a really helpful cue. I
Good.
feel like I would have understood it better if I learned it this
We like helpful cues, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we're getting to a little bit of fun. So we'll go to single hands again, because everything we do single-handedly, we should be able to do with both hands. Should be able to is the key word. Now we're gonna go into a figure 8. Again, you wanna think about the wrist. So it's here. So in this pattern, since we're going overhand, think about the thumb leading. The thumb leads. Also, everyone that's trying to roll a rope for the first time, you wanna very lightly handle the rope, very lightly. So I'm doing an OK symbol like this and just rolling through here, okay? So let's pick up the speed on that. And you wanna hear it sometime? There we go, good, good. Now let's go underhand. So same thing, underhand. So now the pinky is leading, right? In essence, the pinky is leading. And notice that I'm kind of rolling through my spine. My trunk is rolling. So this is that opportunity to get that movement in beyond just the wrist and the elbow and the shoulder. Now we're getting more of my torso involved. Good. Yeah?
Mine don't look like that, but it feels good.
It's all good. Okay, also, you want the knots, the main knots, the handle, to kind of rest in the palm, but you want to have your OK symbol just ahead of those knots. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to left hand overhand figure 8. Remember, the thumb is leading, and roll through your body. Good, underhand. So it's up and over and cross, up, over, cross.
I got it.
Same thing, so 2-hand figure 8. So it's here. And you can get a little bit more active by throwing the elbow. Lexi said before we did this today that she has already done the dragon roll before.
Yes.
Right? So let's see your dragon roll.
Okay, we're really putting me on the spot. All right, we got it. I start this way, then I open. Haha, I got it.
Very
This
nice.
is this one skill I've been working on.
Okay, so that is that direction. Can you do the other direction?
I can, I think. Okay.
I like to start behind,
You start behind.
like this.
Oh, I got it. Haha.
Hey.
There we go.
So she's sitting in the grass to me. That's how I know that she's doing it in a different pattern than the other way. Very good. So notice that she started in a way that I don't typically start. It's not wrong because she did it right, right? But if you're at home and you're wanting to learn this, I usually start by having the rope behind you with your hands wide. You want to flip the rope over and rotate, creating that nice little over swooping motion to that direction and stop, okay? Then you flip it, allow it to flip back over and rotate again, okay? So it's flip over, rotate, and flip over, rotate, back to the start, okay? Now, instead of moving our feet as much, we just want to move our torso. So it goes over, rotate, over, rotate, over, rotate, over, rotate, over, rotate, over, rotate, and then you start to tighten it up. So talk about cueing, that's how I cue it.
Okay.
To get people to learn it, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So all I have to do now is just face that way. So start with the rope behind me, just face that way, and it's flip over, rotate, flip over, rotate, flip over, rotate, flip over, rotate.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, so that is how we teach a dragon roll, or at least how I like to teach it. And then just like with the figure 8s, when I had you going faster and faster, you can do the same thing with the dragon roll. So it's here, and notice that it's less movement. I'm not even moving my feet. It's all in my upper body and the access to this.
You're cooling me off over here.
Feeling that. Okay, because you've nailed that and you already knew that, I want to teach you one you don't know.
Please.
Okay, so we'll do the sneak. The sneak is really challenging on the shoulders. So for anybody out there that has shoulder issues, take this very slowly, all right? The idea is to start this from a figure 8. So it's good that we practice the figure 8, and this is where you want to go slow. So when you're doing your figure 8, I go down, up, down, up, down, up, and keep that pattern in your head. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, I want you to start on the outside of your left with both hands down. So this is the down portion. Now the up, you're gonna rotate both palms out. Take the rope behind you, and your other hand is turned away, just like that, yeah? Okay, so go back to your down. So down, up, back down to this side, yeah? So let's do 3 of those. Down, up. Now the other down, to complete this, so we did half of it. Now this is the next down. And then the up is you pop it open and cross. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
All right, so let's do it again really slow. So down, up, down, pop open, cross into your figure 8. Okay? So here it is at speed. So I'm doing my figure 8. So remember, it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, cross, down, up, cross. So this is it.
All right, let's do it. It seems so simple. All right,
Down,
we're going.
up. Yes.
Slow.
Yeah, it's just hiccuping there.
Yeah.
So watch me again. I'll try to go slow, but watch me kind of from the back. I'll try to go slow.
Okay.
Down, up. Now start it. Go now. Down, up, cross.
Hey,
You got it.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Restart.
Down, up, cross. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Okay, got it. One more little cue, and I
Yes.
swear you have it, right? Because that was good. Watch what's happening with my torso. Don't watch my hands. Watch what's
Torso.
happening to my torso. See how I'm rotated?
okay,
So
yes.
this can pass,
Yes.
okay? You're very static here,
Yeah.
right? So it's harder to do it if you're static. Turn, let it pass you. So here, boom, let it pass you, then cross. Let it pass you, then cross. Yeah, you got it.
Ooh, okay.
You got
Cool.
it.
I got it.
Okay, and also, your left is straight instead of curled in. The left is
curling.
straight open. Remember, this one goes here.
Yep. A little internal rotation.
Yep. So that was a straight internal rotation. You want to bend it. Yes, yeah, see?
Got it.
See how you're able to guide it?
Yes.
You're able to guide it. That was it. Yes, she's got it. She's got it. Okay, now let's do the same thing on the other side. I know that we're taking time with this, but alternating. So it's like I fillet and open up. Fillet and open up. And open it up. And open it up. And open it
You
up.
look so graceful.
And open it up. So it's just here. Whew. And open it. Open it, let it come across your body as you rotate. Here and rotate, okay? Try it.
We're gonna try it. Hold on, wait, am I going backwards? Am I supposed to go this
no,
way?
you're doing it right.
Okay.
You're doing it right.
This way. So we went, swoop.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, did I
just do it? You got it. She's got the alternating one. Okay, high five. High five. Well done. I think that's a good amount of movement. Should we now?
I learned a lot today.
Should we? I did too. Thank you. Thank you for the ABCs. Thank you for your expertise. But now I kind of want to sit, stop sweating, and let's talk about how you got to where you are and who Lexi is. How do you pronounce your last name?
Brito.
Brito.
Brito, if you want to be
I said it
specific.
kind of right in the intro. Okay, cool. Who is Lexie Brito?
Oh, Lexie Brito is a vibrant, fun personality who loves to move and get everybody to communicate and keep community together.
Yeah. Where are you from originally?
So I was born in Brooklyn and I was raised in Tinton Falls, New Jersey.
Into in Falls?
Tinton Falls.
Tinton Falls.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And what was your childhood like? Like, how did you get into all this? I mean, did your childhood play an impact or an important part of who you are today?
Absolutely.
How so?
I grew up near the beach. I lived 20 minutes from the beach growing up, so I spent tons of time at the beach, in the water. I also played sports all of my life growing up. So soccer was the main one that stuck, but there were so many other things that I tried in between. So I ran track at one point, I did gymnastics, I picked up lacrosse in high school. I did so many different activities my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is something that stuck from that childhood though, like in terms of the sports side of things?
I always enjoyed play in that community aspect. I always played team sports, never really an individual sport. So having a team and trying to create that team-like community with the people that I work with today has always stuck around. And challenging yourself in so many different aspects. I mean, there's infinite ways of movement that you can do. So always discovering new ways of movement. When I was younger, it used to be structured sports, and now it's become so many different things.
I love that because that's a perfect explanation of what we just went through, right?
Yeah.
Like we had a good moment. Both of us are coaches, both of us are instructors, and very much into the health and wellness and fitness space.
Yeah.
However, we have an opportunity to show different perspectives in how we teach. And so what I love about what we did today is that we get a chance to share with each other, but also learn from each other. That's important, I think it's huge. And I do find it fascinating that there's a archetype of a person that grew up playing team sports versus a person who grew up only being in individual sports versus the person who never was involved in sports.
All very different.
All very different.
Yes.
All very different. Okay, so you're obviously an Animal Flow regional leader, which is a
Yes.
huge accomplishment, which
Thank
is
you.
very good. I know you also do a lot of stuff with like kettlebell and strength work. How would you classify yourself? Like if someone was explaining who Lexi is, say one of your clients or one of your friends, what would they say about you?
I classify myself as a strength coach. And if you want to get into detail, because it's not the stereotypical strength can mean a lot of different things, as we know. So to define the type of strength that I teach, I incorporate very diverse movements. So to still train my people like athletes and get them to move better for longer. So the program that I actually coach is called Sustainable Strength. It's strength that is meant to be sustained over a long period of time, not to burn you out, not to force you into injury or anything like that. Is meant for longevity.
I really like that, sustainable strength. That's
Yeah.
really cool. And I mean, I know this is maybe a giveaway, but you've created your own platform, your own programming.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Oh, Flex with Lex.
Yeah.
So Flex with Lex, there's no E in the Flex, just FLX. I just thought it looked cooler. There was no interesting rhyme or reason to that. But the platform that I created is for people to be able to work with me in person and to also be able to work on their own. So the people that I train and work with in person, they have access to all of their workouts. They can also do some of their workouts in their own time, and it allows them to have access to various other things, kettlebell training, and they don't need to be in front of me all the time, which makes it more affordable as well and more accessible to other people as I grow my online platform.
And how long have you been doing it so far?
So officially, I've started this past February.
Ooh.
I've been coaching for way longer than that, but Flex with Lex, in all of its glory that it is at the moment, is just a baby.
Well, I guess let's go back to the very beginning, how we met.
Sure.
Because I was on the way down here, Darren had asked me how we met and, you know, just creating some chit chat after I recorded the intro for this moment. I was like, oh yeah, that's actually a really good question because people would probably want to know.
Yeah.
But why don't you describe how you recall how we met?
Well, we went to the Vivo Barefoot workshop that was held in New York, and to my pleasant surprise, I saw Larry there. Larry is another New York Animal Flow regional leader, so I got to see some familiar faces. I also met people from stick mobility certs that I did, so a lot of like-minded people in the same room, and I think we just started talking about how like we were connected to other people in the room.
Exactly.
Discovered animal flow was a common theme, and we were putting the dots together, and we met at that workshop just learning how to work with our feet and what our feet are meant to do for us.
Exactly. Yeah, it was so that was the Vivo Barefoot coaching workshop, so that people could get continuing education credits as trainers to simply enhance their knowledge.
Yeah.
And that was led by our global education lead, Ben Levaconte. Levaconte is how you say his last name.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, it's Levaconte. Levaconte is how you say it. I've always struggled. I just call him BLV.
BLV.
Ben Levaconte.
I get it.
Levaconte. Anyway, Ben is a wealth of knowledge, and I got an opportunity to help him out with that because the hope from that workshop was to find other people that could eventually lead workshops for Vivo Barefoot.
Yeah.
I am now the U.S. lead education and coach for the brand. And so now I'm trying to find other people to kind of duplicate what I do and what Ben does. And when I saw, it was just something about you when we met, and the fact that you were already doing Animal Flow, you're already wearing Vivos, you're already kind of, you met the criteria. So I was just like, okay, we got to talk.
Yeah.
And so we got a chance to meet. We've met a few times now. We've had several conversations. You know how I can just go on and on and on and on and
Yeah,
on.
very excited. No, but it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it's great. So I look forward to hopefully doing more with you. And any way I can support with Flex with Lex, I'd be more than happy to. We were supposed to go, I was supposed to meet you at what was that?
The New Jersey, we do Animal Flow jams. We try to do them once a month, so we were having a NJ Flow Jam.
In New Jersey, and you know, I was excited because I was like, oh, we're gonna get some content, we're gonna get a chance to connect, I'm gonna get a chance to dip myself into your world of what you do. And I get all the way to the subway, to the, what was that, Amtrak, yeah, right?
Probably.
I think I got all the way to Penn Station, and only to be told that the train was derailed or something. And here I am calling you, and I already know what it seems like because I know we don't know each other that well yet, but here I am like, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. And it was because I had like gone through so many hoops just to get there. You know, you were gracious enough to show me how to get there and the route to take, and it was hot.
It was hot that day.
It was hot.
It was toasty.
It was hot. And by the time I got there, got to the counter, the lady was like, oh no, you can't take the direct path there. I'm like, I'm calling Lex. I'm not going.
It's not happening today.
It's not happening. It's all good.
No, it's fine. Those are out of your control circumstances.
Yeah.
Things happen. There will be plenty more flow jams to join, and some closer to you in New York.
Yeah, I saw you guys just recently did one, right?
We did the big New Jersey barbecue jam.
Okay.
That was a
dope.
cool one.
That looked really dope.
Yeah.
Well, I bring all this up to say that like my goal, and I know this is part of your goal as well, but my goal is to do more of these community-led activations, if you will.
Yes.
Whether it's sanctioned or you know, like what we did today. It's just like two of us got together and I invited a few other people, but people, you know, couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But hopefully the next time more and more people want to join.
Yes.
They see the content, because a lot of times people get FOMO when they see some cool content.
They
They're like,
will.
oh, when's the next one? Okay, well, hit me up. Anyway, before we like wrap, like I want to make sure I give you an opportunity to kind of talk more about, because I know I sprung this on you last minute, so I don't expect you to have anything
It's all good.
prepared and set, but what else would you like people to know about you and what you're doing and what's on the horizon for Lex?
Yeah, absolutely. I want people to know that my mission and my purpose is to guide other people back to human nature through the art of movement. And everything that we do, it's my mission to just tell people that this is natural, this is what humans are meant to do. It is just a pillar of what we're born to do. And we've gotten as a society so far away from what is natural, what is human nature, and movement especially. So that's my mission. And what you guys can look forward to is some more online programs so that I can reach more than just my local community. I can reach out to much broader places. And within my local community, if you're down by the Jersey Shore, if you ever want to stop by, please do. I want to grow that community classes and way more events, community-led events that help people realize that movement is so much more than the gym.
And what is the best way for people to find out about you and like on social media, whatnot?
Yeah, Instagram is what I stay up on most. So if you reach out to me on Instagram, that's it. It's FLX_ with Lex. So flex _ with Lex.
Flex, FLX
Yes.
_ with Lex.
Yes.
Yeah? Are you hungry?
I'm hungry.
Ooh, I've got a treat for you. I want to take you to one of my favorite places that just opened up in New York City.
Okay.
So this is, I guess, a shameless plug for this place. But last year, I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. I don't even know what day we are, what year it is, whatever. But a while ago, I spent some time working in Toronto with my buddy Oscar Isaac, shooting. He was shooting the Frankenstein movie that's coming out.
Cool.
And that kept me in and out of Toronto for about 6 months. Mm-hmm. And one of the places I found there in Toronto is a place called Impact Kitchen. And I kind of took it upon myself to go and talk to some of the marketing team and the founders of the company. And I was like, hey, I really like what you guys are doing. Like, are you gonna be coming to New York anytime soon? And they're like, actually, we are. And so as of a couple of weeks ago, they just launched in New York City. They are on 25th and Broadway. They have another location coming up in Brooklyn. So I want to take you and Darren to go and enjoy a nice, wonderful brunch, lunch, meal on me at one of my favorite places, Impact Kitchen. So they're not sponsoring this. Hopefully they see this and they reach out. But no, they've been good to me. I love their food, no seed oils, a lot of gluten-free options. Like it's, I don't know if you remember Who Kitchen back in the day, but Who Kitchen is where I used to go every single day, and now Impact Kitchen is basically that.
Cool.
So, you down?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Walk the talk, talking facts. Move like me, but I move a little fast. Make my move, here to last. Fasten your seatbelts, I'm coming past. Take care of me, longevity. Hack my biology, you better believe. Walking the talk, soul, mind, and body connected. Better go give us a lesson, yeah. Simply walk the talk.